Here's another fun one. This is going to be for the Eurowise intercooler bracket install. This is going to be for the extra duty or more clearance version. In a nutshell, that sits right there. You chop this whole corner off. You take this trim off and you move the intercooler forward. This is on the finished side. So it sits up there. You have to unbolt the crash bar, the horn, move that forward so you could slide that bracket in. You cut that whole corner off on that plastic trim. You remove this guy off to get to the top of the intercooler bolts to be able to remove the washers, and then you bolt it back together. This is how much room it's after. Here's the room before. First up on the install on those brackets, you're gonna slide this off. You're gonna remove 1, 2, 3, 4 of those Torx bolts. Once this panel is off, you're gonna be using a 10 mil to loosen that bolt and that bolt for the top mounts of the intercooler. After the top bolts, you're gonna loosen the lower bracket for the transcooler. 10 mil nut, bracket slides off, followed by another 10 mil. Next up, you're gonna want to remove these little washers. What I did, you just push them back and then they fall right out. And you do that for both of the top ones. Then you're gonna take those 10 millimeter bolts and you're gonna thread them back into their home. After that, you're gonna be cutting this whole chunk off to make the intercooler go forward, and then that bracket is gonna bolt between this plate and this plate. You're gonna sandwich it in and rebolt it together. This is roughly how much I cut out, and this is gonna allow me to bolt that right up to that bracket. Next up is gonna be removing these guys and the horn to be able to squeeze that bracket in like that between these two spots. So once you squeeze that bracket in, you're gonna push the intercooler forward to start threading that bolt in, and then you're basically gonna tighten everything up for the top two bolts and all the bottom bolts.